You're on the ground. Give us an update on what's happening.
Nira, over the last 7 hours, since about 6:30 this morning, we've been here and we've seen the crowd swell from just a couple of thousand to 10,000, 20,000. But surely there are certainly more than 100,000 people surrounding the Legislative Council complex here in the central part of Hong Kong. If you look all the way beyond those trees and that elevated walkway, you can see that the crowd stretches right out onto an area which is indeed Harcourt Road. This is one of the central arteries that lead straight into the central business district of Hong Kong, and it looks as if they've taken about 800 metres or maybe even a kilometre of that road, certainly as much as the protesters did back in 2014 during the famous Occupy Central movement, which lasted for 3 months. We don't know whether they're going to continue to occupy beyond this. I suppose it really depends on how the government responds. Claudia Mo, one of the leading opposition politicians here in Hong Kong, said that the extraordinary size of this turnout, they were only expecting about 50,000 tops, may actually move the government to do something about perhaps withdrawing this extradition bill, which is supposed to be going through the Legislative Council at the moment, but we've certainly not heard anything from the government about doing anything like that, although it does seem that there is pressure coming from the international community now, Nera.
Yes, and to that point, David, what has Nancy Pelosi had to say, and why does it matter?
Well, I mean, Nancy Pelosi is a Democratic. She's the Speaker. She's the leader in the House. What she has just been saying that if this extradition bill goes through and if it effectively removes that roadblock, that firewall between the Hong Kong judiciary, which is independent, and the judicial system in China, which is beholden to the Chinese Communist Party, that completely changes the picture about whether Hong Kong is an autonomous region. And for the United States to continue its special trading relationship with Hong Kong needs to be sufficiently autonomous from China in order to justify that. So if Nancy Pelosi on the Democratic side joins up with, say, Marco Rubio on the Republican side, you would have a bipartisan consensus within the United States Congress to actually relook at Hong Kong's special trading status. And if that is withdrawn, then the very future of Hong Kong as Asia's premier financial centre comes into question. And that is disturbing even for young people I've spoken to here in Hong Kong. They are worried that the international community might begin to withdraw its investors. It's not just the bankers who are worried here, Nera. It's the entire population. And we're going to be back with you to see how this entire thing plays out over the next week or so, because the vote is set to take place next Thursday evening. That is, if the politicians can get inside this building to actually debate it.